Here is the easiest way to customize your Hot Wheels. First, get yourself a Hot Wheels. I'm going to use this Honda Prelude. You'll first want to disassemble the car. Do that, get yourself a drill and drill bits. The best ones to use are 2mm and 4mm. Flip your car and locate these two holes. Then using a 2mm drill bit, drill inside the holes on both sides until no more metal is coming off. Next, switch to a 4mm drill bit and drill until the metal is either at the same height as the plastic or a ring comes off. You can then take apart the car by either looking for somewhere where the plastic goes beyond the body or by gently pulling the tires. Now that you got all your parts separated, we'll start with the chassis. You'll first need a side-cutting plier to cut these bits of plastic here on both sides. You can then pull one of the tires to take them off. Since I want this car lowered, here is also how to do it. You'll need a paper clip and cut it to the length of the car just like this. You can then place the wheels on top. I prefer to use sticky putty to keep it in place so that the wheels don't rattle around, neither does the paperclip part. Now, I use these wheels instead of rubber ones because they slide and roll better, and I do think they look good on this car. But let me know, what do you think of them? We can now go to the interior piece of the car. Since the car is now lowered, you'll need to sand down the interior so that the wheels have the space they need to fit. The best tool to use is this one. Now, this is a precise job, and you need to be careful, or you might ruin the car for good. When you're done, test with the interior and the chassis, see if the wheels have the space to roll. If not, remove the space that needs to be. Then test with the body to see if the wheels are able to roll. If not, then sand down these parts. This is totally optional, but I like to paint the seat inside the car, and for that, I like to use this brand. You can also use this same paint for the tail light. Now, I'm gonna skip the windows for a bit and go to the body. To change the color of the car, you can either use pure acetone, paint remover, or sanding paper. But either, you need to take extreme precaution when doing so. And if you're a kid, make sure you are doing this with a responsible adult. After using chemicals, you should see something like this with wrinkles all over the car. Then with a brush, you can strip the paint off the car. For better results with the paint, I like to use sanding paper to make the car smooth before painting. You can use a pointy tool like this to remove the paint from small places. Before putting any paint, I'm going to put primer on top. Since the primer I used is already gray, I'm not going to put any other paint on top. Now, to apply any paint or primer, you can use a helping hand. And if you don't have one just like me, you can use a toilet paper tube just like this, which works just as well. After applying the paint or primer, you need to let it dry until it's completely dry, or for as much time as is written in the instructions. Now, I skip the glass, because you never need to change the glass of the car. In my case, I did cut it in half to be able to bend this part so that the sunroof could be opened, but only do this if you know what you're doing and if you're with an adult. Now, for the final touch, which again is totally optional, a carbon fiber hood. I use this tape, which has a special material. To do this, use another tape which isn't strong, cut it, and put it on the hood of your car. Then with a small knife, and please be careful, cut it where you want the carbon to be. Carefully remove it, not like me. And place it on the black tape. Then, with scissors, cut along the edges of the yellow tape. After you're done, remove the lighter tape from the black one and carefully place it on the car. Make sure to do this in one take, or you might remove the paint, just like I did before. After applying the tape, make sure it is flat everywhere, or else the windows won't fit correctly. After modifying all parts of the car, you can rebuild it. I recommend putting sticky putty where the holes are on the chassis so that the car doesn't disassemble on its own. You can also use super glue to hold it, but I don't recommend that since you'll probably never be able to disassemble it again. If this video helped you, make sure to like and subscribe.